So once we've actually collected our data using our different sampling techniques, a little bit how the frequency table. So here's an example of a frequency table where we have, so this table represents the soccer players that were between 59.95 and 61.95 inches. There were 5 of these soccer players. So the frequency is how many soccer players were in this group. The relative frequency is calculated by taking the frequency and dividing it by the sample size. So for this first class, there were 5 divided by 100, or 0.05. If you think of this as a percent, it's like 5% of the soccer players were between 59.95 inches and 65 inches. So we do that for each class here, and the relative frequency will total 100, and the frequency themselves will total the number of our sample size, or 100. Relative frequency will always total 1, or if you think it as a percent, 100%. Now the cumulative relative frequency is telling us the percent or the relative frequency of everything in that class and below. So the first cumulative frequency is just equal to the relative frequency. In the second class, between 61.95 inches and 63.95 inches, there were 3 soccer players, or relative frequency 3 over 100, or 3%. The cumulative frequency is adding this relative frequency for this class and the one below it, giving us 8.08, or 8% of the soccer players were 63.95 inches or less. The same thing is true for the third class. We add these 3 relative frequencies together to get 0.23, or 23% of the soccer players were less than 6. In chapter 2, then, we're going to use this frequency table for some other types of graphs.